Guys, today is a very special day because not only is it season 2, episode 3 of the Library Challenge, but after all of this time, after months and months and months of wanting to donate over 500 books to my local library, the day has come. All of these boxes of books and those two over there. And I did actually just get this book sent to me unsolicited from a publisher, which I will not read. It'll go straight to the library. So that's like another one added to the thing there. And these are the 3 books that I need to return to the library as well from the last Library Challenge video. And so, yeah, all of these are going, and they have finally left my bathtub. They have finally left my cupboards, my closets, all of it. They are finally leaving. So as I said in the previous episode, I did email Winlayton Library. I sent a full-on list to Jane, who works there, who, you know, after I did my May challenge, had said, oh, they would love donations. And I got an email, I got a response. I mentioned this in my Week in the Life. I think I've mentioned this in a couple of live shows. But when I got a reply after Jane came back from holiday, she said she wants to take all of them. Every single book that was on that list, they can take. And they want to stock their shelves, and they want to give some of those books to sister libraries that are also struggling for quality books. But also, they have a fair coming up on Saturday. I don't know where this fair is, but it's not in this area. Otherwise, I would have went. But they're going to a fair. They're taking books to sell. And so hopefully they can, you know, the books that they can't stock from what I'm giving them, hopefully they can sell and get money so that they can put that back into the library also. That's going to be awesome. But I'm just waiting for my sister and my mum because they're going to help me take these to the library. I don't know how much I want to record because I don't like putting the camera on people's faces and stuff and be like, oh, look, I'm donating all these books and I'm going to record it and stuff. That's not what I'm going to do. I will probably get like maybe a little clip of them in the library so you know that I've definitely taken them. But I just thought I would tell you about it now because I'm not even ready to actually even begin this challenge because it's still June. It is currently June 19th. So I will not be doing my July challenge for a couple of weeks. But yeah, I thought, yeah, Library Challenge, let's get it started because we're donating books. But also, I did manage to get this out, which if you watched my home library tour video, you will know that, oh shit, sorry, hot stopper. You will know that I'd accidentally unhauled one of my copies of Amari because I had 2 copies. One that the author sent to me and personally signed and dedicated to me. And the other one was the Alcrate Junior version. And I accidentally unhauled my signed and dedicated copy and I kept my Alcrate Junior one on the shelves. But they should have been swapped around. But my mum, bless her heart, when she stayed at mine to look after Ash and Tove when I went to the haunted school, she actually repackaged all of my books because they needed to be in new boxes. And she found the signed and dedicated copy. So I got my copy back. Crisis averted. I know a couple of people were asking in the comments as well, like, did you get your signed copy back? Did you get it? It is here. It is safe. It's going back on the shelves. Oh, just got a text off my mum. On way, son. I mean, I'm already out of breath now because I just walked up the stairs. Let's donate some books. If you had enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks also to actually start this challenge. Today is July 5th, which means we can officially start our July challenge for the Library Challenge, which means we can finally start this video proper, and it is also the official start of Summerween. And I have actually started Summerween a day early because of different reasons, but I will let you know all about that in my Summerween vlogs if you want to check those out. But I've just mentioned Summerween, and I can imagine you can already guess, I mean, probably from the thumbnail, but like I can imagine you can already guess who I have asked to give me a July challenge. Now, I do still need to return Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This was my June pick, and I got this one from a council-led library, which means I can return this to any of the council-led libraries. The only books I can't return to any library are the ones from volunteer-led libraries, and the ones I got for April and May were volunteer-led libraries, so those have been returned, don't worry. This one, I renewed my loan on it because it was due back on the 1st of July, I believe. Yeah, 1st of July. She stamped it twice. To remind me it's due back on the 1st of July. However, I have renewed it, so it's fine. It is the 5th, so I'm not actually late with it. But I can return this to the Central Library, which is the main library, the one where you get most of the books, and the one where I only lived like 5 minutes away when I lived in my old place, and I didn't utilize it enough. So today, I'm actually going to the cinema to see the new Jurassic World movie, and the cinema happens to be near that library. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this book back, return it to that library, and I'm going to try and get my July prompt book from that library as well. I should actually really check what time the library closes, because I don't have time to go before the cinema trip. I can only go after. I actually don't know what time it closes anymore. Oh shit, no, I can't do it. It closes at 1 p.m. today. Oh my gosh, okay. Fucking scratch that then. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm like, oh, see, this would have been perfect. This would be perfect. See, I don't have time to go beforehand either, because I meet my friends in 45 minutes to go to the cinema. I still need to get over there. It's like a 20-minute drive. Like if I get a taxi, it's like a 20-minute drive to get there. I'm not going to make it. I literally had the plan and everything. I was like, I'm going to kill two birds, one stone. I'm over there anyway. I might as well do that. Okay, I'm not returning that today. I'm still going to look at what my friend has given me as a challenge for July. And then maybe on Monday, I could probably go, oh gosh, why didn't I research this before I did this? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It'll all work out. I've still got the entire month of July still to go. But let's find out what my July challenge is going to be. And my friend, Gabby from Gabby Reads, who is hosting Summerween, was the perfect candidate for this month's challenge. So let's see what she has given me. Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Am I getting any sound whatsoever on here? Okay, there is sound. I'm really downloading it. Like, nothing's going right today so far now. Okay, there's no sound.
How's it going?
See, there is sound. Why? Okay, why is it not working on my computer? What is going on? Okay, right. At least I can see it on the actual drive. I can see it on the drive. Let's do it. Oh my god, Gabby, I'm so sorry. Is this not an indication for how this episode is going to go? I do not know what is. Considering everything's like already going wrong today, this could be a bad omen. Anyway, let's ignore that. Let's listen to what Gabby has to say.
Hello, bestie. How's it going? Thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this.
Thank you
I love
for
you
doing
so
it.
much. If you've never seen my face before, my name is Gabby. I have a channel called Gabby Reads, and I typically read a lot of horror books, romance books, and thriller and mystery kind of books. Those are definitely my top 3 genres, but I also do read a lot of other stuff like literary fiction and all kinds of things. I'm dabbling with fantasy this year too. I also, over on my Patreon, I have an exclusive readathon that I host 3 times a year called Screaming Color. And the reason why I bring this up is because I thought it would be fun for my prompt to kind of relate to that. And so my prompt for you is to either find a book that has 4 or more colors on the cover, or if that ends up being too difficult, then you could put a bunch of different colors onto like a spin the wheel and then have a spin the wheel decide which color you're gonna look for on a book cover. I just thought this would be a fun thing because I'm always thinking about the different colors on book covers, and I think it would be really fun for you to try to find something that has 4 or more colors on the cover. I'm sure there's plenty of books out there to choose from, so maybe this will be an easy one. But I love you so much. Thank you so much for asking me, and I really look forward to seeing what you pick.
Oh, I love you too, Gabby. And that is a great challenge. Again, I'm loving how every single challenge has been so different to the last. So yeah, so we can try and find a book cover with 4 or more colors on, or like use a spin the wheel and maybe pick a color that way. But I do like the idea of trying to see if I can find a book with 4 colors on. So next time I'm at the library, and it'll be so much easier as well doing that at the central library because there is a lot more variety of books there and a lot more to pick from. So that should definitely be a lot easier. One of the challenges from the last episode was that I was going to these volunteer-led libraries, which was amazing. I love highlighting them. But their catalogue was not really the most varied, and there wasn't really a whole lot of choice. So the challenges I had to complete in April and May were actually a lot harder to complete because of the limited stock of those libraries. So if I go to Central, which it will be a bit of a trek now that I'm going to have to go twice. Love the challenge, love how broad it is. Let's not return library books today and instead go a different day. It's currently July 27th and it has been 3 weeks, about 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, since I filmed the kind of July introduction and reacted to Gabby's prompt. So yes, I still haven't quite started, but at least it's still July, and I do still have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood to return. This was my June prompt, and yeah, I'm returning it. I did renew it again because I just haven't had a library to go to that's close enough that I can just pop in and return it. However, Bladen Library, which is my local library, it looks like it's getting very close to completion now. So I hope that when I do the August challenge, it will be ready and I can go back to my local library. So I am still planning on going to Central today. After this update, I'm going to get a taxi and go all the way over. Not ideal because, again, it's like going a little bit out of my way, but hey, that's what we have to do for the time being, and I'll be able to finally return this. So Gabby's prompt was to pick a book with 4 or more colours on the cover, and I think I'm still going to try and do that when I get to the library. I do want to try and see what I can do with that. There's going to be way more choice where I go, so I think it shouldn't be too hard. However, just in case, I do have the Wheel of Colours on my phone, and I am going to spin this just to get a colour, just in case I can't find a book with 4 more colours. So this will just be the backup, so that when I get there, I'm not like scrambling for something. So just in case I can't find a book with 4 more colours, let's see what colour I need to focus on that a cover has for my July prompt. I've never tried this Wheel of Colours thing before. It looks pretty good. Ooh. Okay, cyan. I will screenshot that, and then hopefully I can find a book with that exact colour. Now, I'm not really good with colours, I'm not going to lie. I kind of don't even know. I can say the colour right there. When I'm out in the field, I don't think I'll be able to spot a book with that exact colour, to be honest. I might end up picking a book that is more just like blue. So I think what I'm going to do is I will kind of prioritize books with blue on the cover, but still focus on trying to get one with 4 or more colors on the cover. So let's go back to where it all began for the library challenge. Let's go back to Central and finally start season 2 episode 3 proper. I feel like I've been delaying this for way too long. It's like I've been edging you all and not giving you any relief. Well, here's the relief.
You know that I'm greedy for love.
Because I am so greedy for love, I actually ended up leaving that library with 2 books. And you would have seen in that little B-roll montage that I got Who Wants to Live Forever by Hannah Thomas Ewos. And I also got Eat, Slay, Love by Julie May Cohen. And I couldn't really decide at the time which one I preferred. And so I was just like, well, I went all that way. Why don't I just take both of them home? So I haven't heard a single person talk about either of these. So that's something that I always try and pay attention to when I do this library challenge. I like to try and read books I've never heard of before and probably wouldn't read if it wasn't for this reading challenge. And these two both look pretty good. Who Wants to Live Forever is apparently a time-bending, decades-long quest for immortality, catapulting you from Japan to Silicon Valley to eternity. So like that sounds like really good. But then this one also sounds really good. And one of the reviews says that this is the feminist serial killer you didn't know you were waiting for. And I think this is like Unhinged Women. And yeah, this follows 3 women. One of them is a librarian. So that was another reason why I was like, oh, do you think maybe this one could be the one? Because, you know, this is a library challenge and this book has a librarian as the main character. And Lila's the shy and lonely librarian. Marina is a divorced mother of 3 preschoolers, bless her heart. And Opal is a broke post-menopausal fitness guru. Hey, and I've been into my fitness recently. I feel like I could relate to all 3 of these main characters. Even the divorced mother of 3 preschoolers. We just have so much in common. And this sounds a little bit like John Tucker Must Die because they all have one thing in common, and that's a man. That is a man, and I think he's been playing all of them. Now that he's tied up in a basement, they may just have something to bond over. But how far is each willing to go to get revenge? And you know what? I'm in a bit of a slump right now. I've been really struggling to read at the minute. It's the first ever reading slump I've been in. So part of me is like, do I want to try mind-bending sci-fi? And I just read a sci-fi last week, actually, Recursion by Blake Crouch. So I'm like, do I really fancy another one? Or do I read something that could be a little bit more like entertainment? But I feel like this is probably the one that people are most likely going to have heard of over this one. There's part of me that's like, should I just try the first chapter of each and then decide from there? I mean, I could read both of them, but I only want to do one per library challenge prompt. But, you know, whichever one I don't pick, I'm sure I might be able to try and read before I have to return it. Oh, I just don't know. I have Patreon reading sprints in an hour. And I feel like maybe my patrons might be able to help me decide. Okay, so far my challenge is going well because I did finish this in July. I finished this on the 31st of July. And today is the 19th of August. Today is actually the day this is due back. And I have renewed it because I don't really have the chance to go in just yet. Because I've just had like a crazy few weeks. And I didn't get a chance to update you guys on my thoughts on Eat, Slay, Love. And I was going to sit down and do like a little review just so I could get all my thoughts and opinions out while it was fresh. But I ended up going to Norway and then I went to Mallorca for a wedding and I was like too busy filming videos that had to go out like ASAP. So this one I feel like a little bit more relaxed with because it doesn't have to come out until like end of September. So I totally didn't do my review of this one. I should have. And I'm kicking myself so much right now because there are things about this that I'm already forgetting. As in like, I remember what happened and everything, but you know when you just like, your feelings on it are just like slowly dissipating. And I did like this, by the way. I did like this. I'm going to end up giving this a 3-star. But yeah, I feel like I should have really done a vlog clip the moment I ended. Because yeah, my patrons did vote for this one in a poll over the other one. So I'm kind of glad because this one is definitely what I needed while I was feeling slumpy. And it was highly entertaining for a lot of it. I would say that this loses steam around about the 250 to 300 page mark, 100%. Like, I felt the first, like, maybe 100, 150 pages were, like, actually quite exciting and, like, going at a really good pace. So we had Opal end up bringing together the 3 women, including Opal, because the guy that they're all saying, like, one of them is married to him and has been married to him for years. And kind of the shenanigans that come from that, especially with, like, some very quick decisions that definitely have consequences that again like was very exciting to follow at the time because I just didn't know like how it would go, and it was given like Finlay Donovan vibes. Absolutely a little bit of John Tucker Must Die meets Finlay Donovan. I would probably describe this book as, at least for the first like third of this story. And then again, I do think it loses a bit steam, and then by the end it felt a little bit rushed, so I couldn't really give it more than a 3 in good conscience. But I really like the characters. So Lila, oh my gosh, like she's the librarian, and oh my gosh, like her first chapter was brutal, like absolutely brutal. I was so surprised by that, because I wasn't really expecting it in a book that I was, you know, thinking would be very lighthearted. I mean, obviously there's like murder and mystery and all of that, so it does make it dark by default, but there's a lightheartedness to it as well. But I just wasn't expecting Lila's first chapter to be the way it was. Like, that was so brutal. And yeah, Lila is the librarian, and don't get me wrong, I love a bookworm character in a story, but like, also, bookworms are a little bit boring to follow sometimes in books. Like, there are ways of describing them. There are ways of their personalities coming through. But sometimes people make them too much of their personality that sometimes it can be a little bit boring to follow. So I wouldn't say that Lila was like my most favorite character to follow in all of this. And then we had Opal is the fitness guru. She's the one who brings everyone together pretty much. And I really liked her tenacity. I really liked her spunk. She was a very prominent and almost like a ringleader kind of person. Reminded me almost a little bit of like Lynette in a way, but not as well, because Marina is the, you know, the divorced mother. So like, she is kind of the Lynette of this, but Opal had like the personality of Lynette, you know, from like Desperate Housewives. So like, I saw like little inspirations from Desperate Housewives in each of the characters too. In Desperate Housewives is one of my favorite shows of all time. Okay, maybe Marina was maybe my least favorite, just because she kept mentioning her kids like every 2 pages. And I was like, okay, I get it, you're a mother. I get it. But the thing that I do love the most about this was the exploration of female friendships. It's so endearing to see the bond. Like, it is a really sticky situation that they're all in, of course. And so that doesn't really inspire the greatest beginnings of their relationships. But I love how they persevere. I love how they bolster each other up. But it's heartbreaking to see like how these women felt like they deserved the treatment that they were getting. At least for some of these characters, it was heartbreaking to see that, because then you will actually see like how they're supposed to be treated and how confused they are by like the kindness they get shown sometimes. They're like, oh, you're not trying to gaslight me? Or, oh, you're not expecting, you know, something in return if you do this nice thing for me? Like, there's no ulterior motive there. So I really did love the friendships. I loved the exploration of that, because they deserved better 100%. And it was nice to see them slowly start to realize the treatment that they were getting was not correct, you know? And to have that was very inspiring at times. But I do also feel like some of the characters sometimes were made to be a little bit dumb, because they would ignore really obvious things to propel the plot forward. And I was like, there's just genuinely no way. Like, the way that that person is acting and the way that they're being, there's no way that you could just like ignore that without it being like a plot convenience. So there were some plot conveniences, there were some obvious things, but I will still say that it was a really fun, entertaining time. Not a bad book in the slightest, in my opinion. Just one that I definitely felt like could have benefited from maybe a little bit more tighter writing, maybe not having some like dumb decisions weigh some of it down. But definitely one of the highlights is the female friendships in this. Genuinely so glad that I picked this one, because I felt like it was just what I needed. So I don't really know if there's like that much more I can say about this without being too spoilery, so I'm going to leave it at that. I don't have time to read the other one that I checked out from the library. It's in my library room at the minute. Don't have time to read it right now, but I will return the library before it is like due back, because I did renew the loans on them both. But let me know down below if you've read the other one, Who Wants to Live Forever, I think it was called. And if you think it is worth me checking out again, or if you think, oh, you dodged a bullet there, Gav, let me know down below, because I really do hope that it is a good one, but I kind of don't really want to waste my time. I'm at that point in my life right now where I don't want to waste my time with books that will waste my time. So let me know down below if you read it. So yeah, this is the July prompt done. Now will be time for my August prompt, and we are staying on time right now. Let's hope that I keep being on time with these. So with it being August 19th today, I do need to find out what my August challenge is going to be, and then hopefully do it in the next week or so that we are staying on track. So let's go over to my loves, Steph loves, to see what I'm doing for August.
Hello, it is Steph here. Thank you so much, Gavin, for asking me to do this. I'm so excited.
Anytime.
I love this library challenge. I think it's so much fun. It took me a while to come up with my prompt, actually.
Will be hard. It is
interesting. Hard. I hope that it's a good one and it works out well for you. But if you are not familiar with my channel, I am Steph from Steph Loves, and I like to film lots of reading vlogs.
True.
When I'm not slumping.
True.
Lots of reading vlogs.
Same.
I read pretty much across the board. I read a lot of romance, horrors, thrillers, some middle grade.
Bit of everything.
A lot of romantasy, on occasion some epic fantasy if I'm not struggling with it, which I am right now, and some sci-fi as well. So I do read across the board, lots of graphic novels and manga too. The manga is Gavin's fault, naturally. I do like to do a lot of reading vlogs. I do a series a bit like Gavin's Emboss or Toss called Keep It or Yeet It.
Yes, check it out.
Specifically with subscription box books. And yeah, I do the general videos as well. TBRs, I have a TBR jar filled with prompts that I use every month
she does everything.
to pick my TBR.
Jack of all trades.
So if you're not familiar with my channel, I'd appreciate it if you came over and said hello. I do hope you enjoy if you do. And yeah, let's get into my prompt for Gav Gav. So my prompt to you, Gavin, is to pick a selection of books. I don't know how easy this is going to be for you in a library. To pick a selection of books that you're interested in while you've had a wander through the library. I know sometimes you might end up with a little bit of a stack maybe, and you're roaming around about what to pick. Pick a selection of books that you're interested in that have caught your eye. Put them on a spinner wheel and let the spinner wheel choose your fate. I love a good spinner wheel. I use spinner wheels for all sorts. I use spinner wheels for how much time I should read in a day. I use a spinner wheel to pick my books. I use a spinner wheel to pick the time for patron sprints on occasion if chaos mode is activated. So let's activate chaos mode for your library challenge, Gav. Pick a handful, stick them on a spinner wheel, and let the spinner wheel choose for you. I hope this works out well for you. I hope that it's something that you are easily able to do within the library. And I hope you enjoy the book that ends up being picked. And thank you again for asking me to do this. I truly appreciate it. And I will let you continue on with the video. Bye.
Oh, I love you, Steph. Thank you so much. Okay, that is like a really nice one to give me, because it does mean that I can just go in the library and just pick what the hell I want. So I can absolutely do that. And then kind of just like what I did for July, I did take a couple of books home. I could either, well, depending on the situation in the library, but like I could either take just a handful of books home and do the spinner wheel here, or I could do it in the library before checking anything out and just check the one book out. I could absolutely do that. And you know what the best news ever is? Is that my local library has literally just reopened yesterday. So you know how in episode 2, it was closing for renovations for months and months and months, and it said it was going to reopen in the summer after these renovations have happened. And I've been seeing the scaffolding, I've been seeing the work the past couple of months, but they have finally reopened their doors, and they reopened yesterday. Oh, I'm so excited. So I don't have time to go to the library today, unfortunately, but tomorrow I'm going to be back in my local library after what has felt like months. When did I last go? Was it in March? Was March the last time I went to my local library? Actually, no, it might be in February. It might be in February I went, because I remember in March I went to, I believe, Crook to get the book for Aaron from Booked and Busy. So, oh my gosh, I don't think I've been to my local library since February. Is that really how long my library's been closed for? Oh my gosh. Wow, we haven't seen my local library since episode 1 of season 2. Oh my god. So, I hope you're ready to see the new library, to see how it looks. I'm so excited. The outside of it looks lovely. They put a new sign up and everything, which I will show you tomorrow. But, oh, like the best news ever. And I get to just randomly browse and just see what I fancy as well. So thank you so much, Steph, for such a beautiful prompt. I will absolutely have fun with that tomorrow.
Remember the nights we drove around crazy.
Okay, I changed into my F1 stuff because I am honoring Steph right now. And you know, she is one of the biggest F1 fans that I know. And I know she's very happy that I am an F1 girly now. So this is to honor Steph. And yeah, so I came back from my library and it's all changed. It's all lovely inside, honestly. I really do like the new layout. I like the format of it. It looks quite nice. And there's more seating options as well, I think, from the last time it was open, which I'm slowly starting to forget how it looked before. And yeah, Ash has taken the big seat, so I'm on the stool right now. Are you naughty? Are you naughty? Oh yeah, yes you are. Yes you are. Oh, So yeah, I can't wait to go back, honestly. I can't wait to check out more things from that library. But I did end up getting 6 books. 6 books that I want to put in the spinner wheel and see which one I end up getting. So a couple of these books are a little bit like, I call it a little bit of a joke. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad if this came up on the spinner wheel. So the first one is What the Billionaire Wants by Louise Fuller and Lela Mae White. This is 2 books in one, so I would just read the first book, which I think is, it's by Louise Fuller. So the first book is What the Billionaire Wants. And the second book is Italian Wife Wanted. And that one is the one by Lela Mae White. Okay. I'll not say what these are about until the one that gets picked. But, you know, like, this is one that I never will buy myself, but it's from the libraries, so. And when I saw that romance and westerns section, I was like, you know what? I could do the funniest thing right now. So I did get this one from that section. I also got The Housekeeper's Forbidden Earl by Laura Martin. This is historical romance. And again, like, it sounds like something special. Another book I would never ever buy myself, but hey, when it's free from the library, what are you going to do? And there's so many of these kinds of books as well. I wonder if maybe I should try and do a video reading like trashy historical romance books from the library. If I should do like a separate video for this, like if this doesn't get picked. But oh my god, it just sounds like it'll be so fun and funny to read. And then going on to the serious books now. I mean, again, I wouldn't mind if this one actually won as well. I feel like it would be a right laugh. And also nice to break up the library challenge as well, reading books that I typically wouldn't otherwise read. So yeah, there's that one. I also have The Night House by Jo Nesbø. I believe this has a different cover in America, or like the hardback cover looks different and I prefer the hardback cover. But I've never read a Jo Nesbø book before, and the spooky season is approaching. So I feel like, you know, having a spookier book would be pretty good, which is another reason why I picked up Spin a Black Yarn by Josh Malerman. I don't know if this is a sequel to any. I don't think so. Oh, it's a collection. Okay, I actually didn't realize, but this is like a collection of stories. Okay, my interest in this is kind of lessening a little bit because I don't really know how I feel about collections. Half the House is Haunted. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Then Argyle, Doug and Judy by The Housewasher, The Jupiter Drop, and Igorov. It could still be good. But this is one of the Josh Malerman books that I haven't really heard too much about. So I saw it and I was like, you know what? Let's support this horror section of my library. Maybe they will get more in if I get all of the horror books out, because they'll be like, oh, okay, that section is actually quite popular. Let's get more horror books. So I've got those. And then I also picked up Sour Cherry by Natalia Theodoridou. And I saw this one in the previous library. So when I was doing my July challenge, I saw this one, and it was also in the B-roll section when I went to Central. And you know what? Seeing it 2 months in a row makes me feel like it was kind of a sign. And I do love this cover. I like the sound of it. And I didn't get a chance to pick it for my July challenge. So I thought, you know what? Let's see if we can get it on the August challenge. See if it comes up on the spinner wheel. And then the last one maybe is one that I would actually love to read. I picked up No One Is Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Cathrine Mack. I read Every Time I Go on Vacation Someone Dies last year, and that was for Summerween, and that was the very first library book I ever checked out from, you know, my new local library, the library that I went to today, because I moved house last July, and then I went to the library for some summer thrillers and stuff like that for Summerween, and that was like the first week that I moved in. So I feel like it would be kind of an honor to go back to the start and read this for the library challenge now that my library has reopened. But also, I am going to a wedding next week. I've just come back from a wedding. I'm going to one next week. No one was supposed to die at this wedding. I don't know. It feels apt. It feels apt. And also, what I might do as well, I'm going to Steph's next weekend, and then we're both going down to like the wedding the next day. But I'm staying at Steph's first. And you know what? I could take this with me and then, you know, read it on the train to Steph's, and then, you know, all of that. Like, I could take this with me and we can see Steph in this vlog, potentially. I mean, I will take whatever comes up to Steph's. I feel like that's what's going to happen. She has no idea. I mean, she knows that I'm coming, but she has no idea that I'm going to do the library challenge when I go to hers. So that'll be really fun. But I'm kind of rooting for this one because I really enjoyed every time I go on vacation, someone dies. And with the whole wedding theme, I feel like this one would be a really good show. So this is the one I kind of want the most. Whereas I genuinely wouldn't mind if any of the other ones got picked. But these two as well, I feel like would be such a fun time. Okay, I've put everything into the spinner wheel. Let's give it a spin and see what I'm reading in August. Are you licking yourself right now? Oh my God. Oh. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Okay. Kind of the one that I was hoping for the most. And again, like one that I feel will just be so apt. So, I mean, maybe inappropriate to take when I'm going to be away for a wedding. Look, I'm sure the wedding will be fine. This is fiction, okay? This is fiction. Nothing bad is going to happen at this wedding I'm going to, I promise.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss, still burning, didn't know I missed this passion in life, now I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile, it's impossible, not melting, irresistible, when I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied, stayed over the surface, now I just can't get enough. You make me feel good like no other. I just want everyone to see what I've discovered. And when I'm with you, I go higher. You lift me up, now I can see so much farther. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the horizon. I'm a butterfly who has only begun.
Okay, so father and daughter. You know you do? You look like I'm a little child right now.
I look like Jade.
So I came all the way down to Mystery Location to see my love Steph, who, as you know, is my August challenger. Is that what you? That's what I would call you, my August challenger.
Yep.
And it was, yeah, like what better time to get Steph on here than the month that she is, you know, controlling. We did the spin wheel, but I don't think I've told you what the book is about. So Steph doesn't know what it is yet. And I'm only hiding it because I genuinely do think it's like kind of perfect for this weekend.
Okay.
Because we are going to a wedding on Sunday.
Right.
But at the same time, it's kind of a little bit cheeky. And you'll see why, because the title is a little bit dark.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to show Steph it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's kind of perfect though.
it is perfect, but at the same time, I hope Jade doesn't say this until after the wedding. This is my beautiful Steph. Like, please, I've already said, like, please do go support all the people I asked and stuff. But you know, Steph.
He's so cute.
Yeah, we've been friends for
A long time now.
yeah, like at least 5.
Yeah.
At least 5. I think 2020 was when we started like really become pals.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steph, you'll have seen Steph through the years if you've been following me for a while, and I just love hanging out. And this is the first time I've been to Steph's in 3 years, by the way.
That's crazy. It's still crazy to me that that's a thing.
It is, yeah. Tell me about it, genuinely. But this is Steph's library, like, isn't it so beautiful? See, I could have done the library challenge here.
It's wild to me that this is the first time you've been in this library.
Yeah. Oh, it's changed completely since the last time I was at Steph's.
This was my bedroom.
This was Steph's bedroom. Like, her bed was literally right here. We made love on this bed.
That one time.
I know I was supposed to keep that secret. It's just totally different now, and I absolutely freaking love Steph's library so much. Like, I love this room. I just wish I was here for like a whole last week, just so I could just.
Same.
So obviously that will happen eventually, but like right now, I'm just like, I just want to stay in this room, you know, and the house in general. Honestly, the house in general. Anyway, I have been reading. No one is supposed to die. No one was supposed to die at the wedding. I was supposed to say no one is supposed to die tonight. That's what I was going to say. That is a book, isn't it? No one's
supposed to die tonight.
Yeah. I feel like that is probably a book no one is
Are you
supposed
thinking the Kaelin Bayram one?
You're not supposed to die tonight. Whoa, did you say that?
What was... I saw it flicker out the corner of my eye. What happened?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I think my camera's starting to get a little bit fucked, you know.
Oh.
Because you know how I keep taking it everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's getting bad and
on
stuff.
a canoe?
Yeah. On a canoe, what does that mean?
Did you take that on a canoe, or was it your phone?
No, it was my phone.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, I would not take that on.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, it's getting a little bit fucked. Sorry.
Distractions.
Yeah, we're
My
both...
ADHD is...
Yeah, well, we're both kind of terrible for this, I guess. You know, like, as soon as I say something or... Anyway.
Squirrel.
No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Catherine Mack. So I read quite a lot of it on my train down here. I'm now on page 131. So I did read... I read quite a bit. But to be fair, it reads fast though. Yeah. Because, like, not only is like blank pages before every chapter, you know what I mean? There's blank pages. But also there's script as well. Like a bit of a script.
Nice.
So, shit, my bookmark. You remember what page I was on, don't you?
131.
It was reading very, very fast, and I am liking it, but this is kind of a follow-up to the one I read last year by this author, and that one was called...
Every time I go on
vacation, someone dies. Yeah, so it's the same character, still Eleanor. She is the main character, and she's a writer. And in this one, her book is getting adapted into a movie, like a murder mystery kind of movie. And, like, I do like it, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of the main character that much. I'm not gonna lie, like, Eleanor, she's coming across as very unlikable at times. Like, she's trying very hard to be quirky and aloof a lot of the times too. So, for instance, I'm not spoiling or anything, but the director is someone she knew in high school. And the main lead of this movie is one of her best friends. So, like, she knows people, and she doesn't have the best relationship with the director. And there is... I'm like, are you trying to make me like you or dislike you? Because there is something that she did to the director that I'll not say what it was, but just like, oh, you know, bygones and stuff. And I'm just like, is it really bygones? Like, you've just dropped this bit of information as if it's nothing, but you kind of did something a little bit shitty. You know what I mean? But like, the main character doesn't act like she's done anything shitty. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whose side am I on? Whose side am I on? And I like the setting, but it isn't being enhanced that much because it is like a vacation kind of deal. You are going to like a different location and it feels like exotic and there's like a storm coming and stuff like this. So like you're supposed to feel the atmosphere and stuff, but I think because the way this is written, it's not really portraying that too well. I think this is more relying on dialogue and characters' dialogue more so than trying to describe anything because, you know, it's a lot of like internal thoughts and yeah, it's just like I don't think it's doing like exactly what I kind of want it to do. It's almost like everyone in my family has killed someone, but not as good. You know what I mean? Oh, and also, I thought this was going to spoil another Agatha Christie book as well, because every time I go on vacation, someone dies. That does actually reveal a spoiler for The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. Unfortunately, I'd already read that book, so I wasn't spoiled. But then a murder is announced, was, mentioned, and I was like, shit, that's my next Agatha Christie solve-along. That's literally my next one. I'm going to be reading that next month. And I was like, you better not spoil it for me, bitch. She doesn't. She doesn't spoil it, but she mentions it and she talks about it for a little bit. And I was like, please do not spoil it. So unfortunately that didn't happen. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a good time. Like it's readable. It's very fast to read. I don't think it's going to be a new favourite. I don't think it's going to be up there with like everyone in my family's killed someone. But it's decent. It's decent, you know? Thoughts?
I'm excited to find out what else was on your wheel.
Oh, yeah. You know what, actually, there was a couple of jokey ones I kind of wish kind of gotten picked. Because there was like from a random romance section in my library. But it was, I think one of them was the Earl's Secret Mistress or something like that. Like, so like very, I think older, maybe trashy romance kind of thing that I kind of was hoping to get. Yeah, there was like Sour Cherry as well.
Oh.
Gosh, I've already forgotten. I still have them all as well. Oh, one of them is Josh Malerman.
Ooh.
I think it's a newish one.
Or maybe Incidents Around the House.
No, not that one.
Pearl.
No, not that one.
Daphne.
No.
The House at the Bottom of the Lake.
No. It had a...
not Bird Box, that's an old one.
No.
Mallory's old.
It had a longer name. It had a longer title. Ish.
It looked... I've gone through almost his backlist. What else would it be?
I think it came out last year.
That was Incidents Around the House, babes.
Or maybe it came out earlier this year. A Spin a Black Yarn.
Oh.
Or maybe that did come out a while ago, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one before.
Yes.
I think he's re-releasing them with new covers. That's what.
That might be what it is. Cannot remember another cover. I picked 6 as well. I had 6 options for the spin the wheel.
So you had quite a few, yeah.
I did have quite a few, and I was glad this one came up because it is perfect for this weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hope no one dies at this wedding. I genuinely hope everything goes okay. But yeah, I will not mention this to you.
I like the dark theme of it though, because it's an alternative wedding.
Yes.
It's Jade and Jake.
Yes.
They are alternative. They're of that type.
And to be honest, I don't think. I mean, I'm 130 pages in. The murder still has not happened. There's like a prologue kind of chapter where the main character is talking to you, the reader, saying, "Oh, I found this person in a broom closet. I'm trying not to touch anything because like I've been through this before and I don't want to like evidence." That happened in like the prologue chapter. I'm now 130 pages in and still nothing. So I'm still waiting. So that's another thing. It's just taking so bloody long to get there. But I don't know who it is, so it might not even be the bride and groom, which is great because I can fan cast as Jade and Jake as the bride and groom, as long as both of them survive.
So long as we survive.
Yeah, as long as we
and
survive.
Jade and Jake.
As long as some of the wedding guests survive. It's fine. We can fan cast it because nothing bad is going to happen, okay? No one is going to die at this one, okay?
Not one person.
No. We're going to live. Yeah. Everyone is living during this wedding.
I will say, I agree with you on the Ellen statement. I was trying to read every time I go on vacation someone dies while I was in Egypt, and I ended up softy and effing that. I haven't come back to it. I don't know if I will.
Yeah.
But I didn't like her.
Yeah.
She's so unlikable.
She is.
I don't know if that's meant to be a thing or not, so I just couldn't get past it.
No, I think it's... I don't think she's supposed to be unlikable, because I think the author is trying to make her like so quirky and... But at the same time, she does something horrible and she kind of brushes it off as well, kind of thing. It's just like... Yeah, she does things where I think the author might be thinking, oh, people will find her funny and like down to earth because of that. Like, she's not perfect. She's flawed like everyone. But she is unlikable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. But I did like every time I go on vacation because I kind of chew my brain off at the time. It was actually... I'm glad I caught this because every time I go on vacation, someone dies was the first book I loaned from that library, you know, when I moved house.
Oh, cute.
And it was the first book I loaned from that library because I read it for Summerween 2024.
I love that.
So I was like, you know, actually, I saw this and I was like, we could come full circle with this because my library just reopened after the renovation and it's been closed since like February, March. Yeah. So needed it. But anyway, yeah, that was my little update for this book. I will probably finish it on the train home, probably. So we've got that to look forward to. I love it because every single episode so far, I've kind of been with the person in person for each episode so far. So like this is the third one. Third time's the charm. So
I hope something happens in this that makes it 5-star.
Me
I would love that.
Me too. I mean, once the mystery properly kicks in, like little sinister things have happened a little bit, but it's still at the same time I'm like, I'm not invested enough to like really care about that right now. So I just want someone to fucking die. And then we'll think about it. But it could potentially end up being a 4-star if it really tries. I don't know about a 5, but who knows though? Maybe Charles Leclerc appears randomly out of nowhere and he's a character, 5 stars.
Alive.
Yeah, alive. He is not the victim, okay? He's not the victim. I will check back in a bit and again, check out my love Steph. Who Steph loves. Steph loves cock.
Hi, Steph.
October 19th, 2022. We watched it on the telly.
Yes, it was.
So what are you up to?
Oh, you know.
I see it's a photo. It's going to be like a little vlog bit. Oh, you're so cute. So we are about to go and Steph is driving us down there. I found out like half an hour ago the actual wedding theme. Although I do have my invitation and it's like right next to my kitchen fridge.
And what colour is the invitation, Gav?
It's black.
And what other colour?
Red. And so the theme for the wedding is red and black. Obviously the suit that I bought for the garden party formal and my friends in Mallorca doesn't fit that theme. So the only thing that would fit is the shirt that I have. And that's it. The blazer, the pants, the 2 pants I bought, none of them will fit. So yeah, maybe if we pop into a Tesco or something, I'll just have to grab some black pants and hopefully a red tie as well. And then we'll just do that. But this is typical. Again, the theme. I only found out my friend's theme 3 days before the wedding as well in Mallorca.
Just to let you know in advance, mine is sage green. Well, my bridesmaids will be in sage green. Actually, you can wear what you want.
Hey.
Your suit will be fine for my wedding.
Okay, I'll save it for
You'll
Steph's
get another
wedding,
wear out of it.
I will get another wear out. You, so help me. So yeah, we're gonna go. We've got to go. But yeah, I just thought I would let you know that. No update on my library book whatsoever. Just wanted to let you know about the situation, okay? So, let's go. Got the goods. Because you're the best. She's the best. Beautiful day. A beautiful day. I'm now currently in Jade's library room. Jade's already gone, by the way, to get sorted for our wedding. But I have her library room all to myself for like 5 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Made it to my Airbnb last night, and it's really nice. It is actually really quite nice. So I did sleep here last night, and the wedding, I'm getting picked up for the wedding in 3.5 hours, so I want to have some breakfast, some coffee, and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the peace and quiet. Does look like it was raining last night, so hopefully it won't rain for Jade's wedding. Hopefully. But I am going to make myself a coffee, have some breakfast, and read some more No One's Supposed to Die at This Wedding. And then I will get ready for the wedding I'm going to. Boop. Dressed in my finest again. Variation on the outfit I had in Mallorca. There's not a single scrap of black or red on me. But there are some people who are going to be going there who aren't wearing any of those colours. So I've had to revert back to my original tie as well, because I did get a red tie, but it doesn't really go with the outfit. So it would have been a little bit odd and strange. But I'm just currently waiting to be picked up now. I did manage to get 255 pages into No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding. And it's not really doing much for me, honestly. I much preferred every time I go on vacation someone dies. But I don't know if maybe I just read that at the right time and I was in the mood for something like this. I'm not getting on with the humour. I'm not. This character called Jose, the chapter I just finished, ends with the main character going, "No way, Jose." And then in the footnotes, it was like, "Oh, you knew I was going to do this joke, didn't you?" I was like, oh my God. Like, this is the kind of cringy humour this book kind of has. I thought it was charming in the first book I read by this author. Now it's like really obnoxious and cringy. I'm not enjoying that. The mystery is like finally kind of kicking in and stuff. It took a really long time to get there. And yeah, I'm not really having the best time with it anymore, to be honest. But I only have like a little bit left to go. And I will most likely end up finishing it probably in the morning before I get my train or on the train. I kind of don't want to read on the train. I brought a Terry Pratchett book to read. It will be my very first Terry Pratchett book ever. And I kind of fancy reading that now, you know. So I really do kind of... Liv Constantine says, "I couldn't put this down and you won't either." She's lying, because all I want to do is put this down. I mean, genuinely, it is just fine. I'm not loving it. It's just fine. I'm not having the best of luck with these library books for season 2, am I? So I am actually going to put that down over there and wait for my ride to come. I'm sure they're going to be on their way. Again, very excited for today. It might get a little bit hot. It might, but I did want to wear this jacket, you know, just again for that variation of the outfit that I had in Mallorca. You know, I didn't wear a jacket, I wore a waistcoat. And so I'm wearing a jacket for Jade's, and I also have like chino pants on that I got like with the wedding outfit to like still go with everything. So it's all, you know, correct. Should I go in the kitchen? Can you see everything better in the kitchen if I show you everything, including the shoes, you know? So it is different to the Mallorca one, but yeah, I really should have asked about the theme ahead of time and made sure I had the correct outfit. What are you going to do, you know? Oh, I also brought shaving gel, but I didn't bring a shaver or my razor. Nothing. So I can't even tidy up the beard or anything. Honestly, I'm such a mess. I am such a mess. I think it's because I've done so much traveling this year that now I'm just like fried. I'm genuinely fried. So trying to pack for anything now, I'm bound to forget something. Anyway, you don't need to hear any of this. This is a video about my library challenge. Cut.
When the moon is bright, the dreams are on your side. When the stars are lit, they try to catch your eye. It's Is it destiny or just beginner's luck that I found you? Now the moonlight dances gently over you. I have never found the peace inside my mind. I got nothing here that keeps me in line. In a messed up world, it's hard to see the good in everyone. In a broken conversation, silence won. It's too late now, I got to be on my way for sure.
Today is September 2nd, and I did finish this yesterday on my journey home. It didn't take too long. It didn't take that much longer to end up finishing this. One thing I will say that works in the favor of this book is that it is a pretty fast read. You do have sections with like movie script, and you do have like some blank pages before chapters every now and then, so that you can get through this relatively quickly. Probably one of the few things that I liked about this, honestly. I don't have really too much more to say that I haven't already said. I do think the mystery ended up being rather vapid. I don't think I laughed once in the try hard section of this book where it was trying to lighten the mood and trying to be a little bit funny and quirky. So really nothing changed all that much as the book progressed. So yeah, I think about 2.5 stars I'm going to end up giving this one. One of the things I do like about this the most though was the setting. I do like having a little bit of a vacation kind of book. There was a little bit of suspense and tension with like this oncoming storm that was going to, you know, isolate them. It had a lot of things that could have really worked, but I don't think I like the characters all that much anymore. So if there is going to be more books in the series, I'm checking out here. I think I'm 2 books and done with this series. But hey, both times I checked them out from the library. So really, I didn't have anything to lose. So we're finally going to put the August book down. And yeah, even though I technically finished this on September 1st, I would say that I was very on time with it, even though I was like a day behind. But like, come on, I was at a wedding. You know, I was at a beautiful, beautiful wedding. So I feel like I should have some leeway there. I know I did say I want to finish every single prompt within that month, but I think September 1st still kind of counts for August. Okay, I read most of this in August, right? Okay. Glad we have that settled. So I do have my September babe who has sent me her video, and I'm putting on the headphones because we need to get the magic box here to open up this quest, this endeavor that my gorgeous, gorgeous September person gave me. So yeah, you're going to see who it is, but I feel like this person is synonymous with September now, considering they host one of the biggest and most magicalist of readathons of the year, honestly, like of any year. So let's see together what I'm doing in September. And, oh, that rhymed. That was like a little magic spell. In hope the challenge/prompt is kind to me.
Hi fellow readers, I am G and I run a channel called Book Roast. An avid reader, I read a little bit of everything, primarily sci-fi and fantasy, and today Gavin has made a critical error in judgment by letting me be in charge of his episode. So, very fun for me, a little bit chaotic for him. I also do host a magical readathon, and this is relevant because my prompt is actually one that people really enjoyed getting in the magical readathon prompt list. What you're going to do is find yourself a random country generator online, and then you get 5 clicks and no more. So no cheating. I'll know. And I think 5 is quite generous, and hopefully you'll find something that will work with the library catalog. I do understand that it can be limiting. Generate 5 countries and then find a read from an author of said country. This is likely to be a translated book. I'm really excited to see what you're going to generate and what you're going to find. However, if you are a wuss, I will give you a cheat prompt if you really cannot make this one work. Although shite back if you don't. But if you can't, as a backup plan, you can use a prompt emotion in the title. It can be dread, it can be sadness, it can be happiness, it can be joy. Wishing everyone an amazing episode, and to you, Gav, all I said was good luck. So, you know, with the power of editing, anything can seem mysterious, and that's why we love it. Truly though, good luck. Have fun. Thanks for entrusting me into picking a prompt for you. I hope it is challenging, but fun. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Oh my god. Love you, Jay. Thank you so much. Jay has me gagged right now. She has me gagged. And also a little bit of lore between me and Jay. Our slash name is Gag. You know, I bring the ga and she brings the G to make gag. And she has literally gagged me. She knows me too well. Cheating? I mean, I would never publicly admit it. Okay, a random country, you know, I love the fact that she's giving me like a little bit of a backup there as well, just in case. but I will do my absolute damnedest to do the random country generator. And I've got 5 clicks. Let's see. Oh my god, I love it. Let's see what we can do. It is currently Sunday and I am planning on going to the library tomorrow when it's open. And I still need to do the random country generator, which is what I'm about to do right now. So yeah, we're going to randomly generate 5 countries, see if there's any authors from those countries with books that I'm interested in, and then see if my library has any of them. So let's start with it. Let's see what the first country is going to be. Finland. Okay. Finland for the first one. Very nice. Northern Europe. Very close to Norway, where I was rather recently. Next random country. Did I click? Did that click? Next random country. Holy See. Vatican City. Italy. Holy See. I feel like I might have heard of this actually. Did Jetlag the game go here? I really doubt I'm going to find a book from Holy See, which is landlocked enclave. 1 kilometer in size. I don't know if I don't know if that one's gonna work quite as well. Let's just see where we go next. Burundi, which is Eastern Africa. Burundi, nice. And then let's see where that is. Oh, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, nice. Okay, next country number 4 is gonna be Haiti in the Caribbean. Yeah, Puerto Rico, Cuba. So the last country, let's make it a good one, is going to be Croatia. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Croatia. And that is not too far from Holy See. And yeah, Austria. Yeah, all of those good places. Okay, that is my 5 countries. I am going to see if I can find any authors from these countries and then see if there are any books that my local library has in of any of those authors. Might be a little bit of a challenge, but it's a challenge I'm willing to accept. On my way to the library, and of course, they come down just as I'm approaching. This is Florence's husband's nasty work, Alan. Bastard.
We got that spark. Sounding like an issue 5G, 4 bars. Every place you go, make it into one landmark. Ain't it real or is it just me? Do I need a chill, but you're bringing the heat? Yeah, a miracle motto, love lucky lotto. Never never let go, hell no.
So after a lot of research, the only book written by one of the authors from the countries I generated that was at my local library is Finn Family Moomintroll by Tove Jansson, I think, from Finland. And this is a blast from the past. I used to love the Moomins when I was a kid, and I've never read any of the books. I think I saw maybe like a TV show version of it when I was a kid, or a movie, or some kind of thing. But yeah, I freaking love the Moomins. They're so cute, and I never would have thought to like read any of the Moomin books, honestly. They were written a long time ago. I believe this came out in 1948, so it's a bit of an older book, probably the oldest book I've read for my Library Challenge series, and I thought this time of my life was behind me. But I'm actually a little bit excited to revisit my childhood a little bit, and I haven't read a middle grade so far, like a children's book even so far this year yet for the Library Challenge, so it's nice to fit one in. The Moomins are just like little creatures that live in Moomin Valley, and they just have like, they just have a nice life. I feel like an equivalent would be like the Smurfs, I think. I feel like maybe a lot of people will know the Smurfs. But yeah, it's just, yeah, random adventures in Moomin Valley. And a Moomintroll wakes up to find a big hat, a magical hobgoblin hat that mysteriously transforms anything that falls into it. And the Moomintroll books, I don't think really get sold that much in like big popular bookstores. And in big popular bookstores like Waterstones, you may find 1 or 2 Moomintroll books in there. And when I used to work at Waterstones, one of the only Moomintroll books that was ever stocked was this exact one. I think this is the most popular Moomintroll book, potentially, because this was always in my store, and I'm talking like a few years ago. But yeah, this one was always pretty much stocked, so I think this is the most popular Moomintroll book. But yeah, the only book out of all the authors that I found that were from each of those countries, the only book that would fit. The only one. But I am happy about it. Wow, this will be like really nice and cute to get through today, honestly. I'm actually really excited. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's like something I don't think I would have like picked to read. And I don't want to like pick books that I never want to read. You know, I want to pick books that I would never buy myself, but like still have an interest in. But yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I'm like too grown for this. But the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, take me back. Take me back to the 90s when I was a child, watching Thomas the Tank Engine and seeing Moomin somewhere. I mean, I genuinely don't have any idea how I saw this when I was a kid. But anyway, regardless, I saw it as a kid, okay? But yeah, I also went to training this morning, nipped by my local library on the way home, which I'm so glad I can do now that my library is reopened. I just need to clean up, make myself a coffee, cozy down and read this, the last book for my episode 3 challenge. And let's put the fin in finish this episode. Let's end this episode with a cozy cinnamon roll cappuccino with decaf coffee and oat milk, and tell you how much I really enjoyed Finn Family Moomintroll. This was so cozy, so lovely. This has pretty much everything you need for a children's classic. You have really standout, very fun, adventurous characters. You have a really exciting plot with the Hobgoblin's top hat, creating a little bit of mischief, transforming things that the Moomins don't really expect. You know, there's just like a little bit of chaos, but a little bit of fun. You know, they make the most of it. And like the little adventure that they go on is just so endearing. And it's just so heartwarming too. There's some moments in this that's almost a little bit Winnie the Pooh-esque, with the kind of morals and the messages that it wants to portray to the younger audience. Although I will say, actually, there is something that really resonates with me as an adult. And also it'll probably resonate with so many booktubers as well. So listen to this. There is Hemulin, and he says to Snork, "You can have my stamp collection for the next paper chase." And Snork says, "But that would be awful. Your stamp collection is the finest in the world." And then Hemulin says, "That's just it. It's finished. There isn't a stamp or an error that I haven't collected. Not one. What shall I do now?" And then Moomintroll says, "I think I'm beginning to understand. You aren't a collector anymore. You're only an owner. And that isn't nearly so much fun." And you know what? That resonates so much with, I feel like, so many people on BookTube who are collectors, who, you know, buy books and have book collections. We do get a lot of grief a lot of the time about buying books and things. But the thing is, though, I wouldn't call myself a book owner. I would call myself a book collector. You know, there's a difference. I don't want to just own books. I want to collect them. And obviously that goes up against the library challenge, but there are 2 parts to me. I'm a very multifaceted human being, and I want the best of both worlds. I want to be able to utilize and use my library and also collect books. And honestly, it shouldn't be any shame towards anyone. I mean, look, yeah, we have a Moomin who has collected all the stamps that they could ever collect, and now it's not as fun because they've collected everything. You know, it's kind of a little bit sad. But to all the booktubers out there who get grief for buying books and adding to their book collections, take it from the Moomins, okay? You are not a book owner, you're a book collector, and that is okay. It is more fun that way. So I really love that. And there were just like little kind of messages that I took from it as, you know, they were traveling together. And a few more things that I loved about this as well are like the little illustrations that you will find every now and then. I love these children's classics that have illustrations like this. Like, just look at them. Like, they are so cute, but also I love the art style so much. I love the overtly long chapter titles as well. So chapter 1 is called "In which Moomintroll, Snufkin, and Sniff find the Hobgoblin's hat, how 5 small clouds unexpectedly appear, and how the Hemulin finds himself a new hobby." I love the children's classics that have like overtly long chapter titles, because then it just feels like a children's classic, and I love that. Ambience was great as well, very wintry at the start of this too, so I really enjoyed that. Oh, it was so funny too. There was a moment that actually made me laugh out loud. I'll find it 2 seconds. Gotta make sure that my cinnamon roll oat milk cappuccino does not go cold. So Moomin Papa and Moomin Mama are trying to get them to like move along because they need to like go on this adventure. And Moomin Papa says, "Stop eating now, children, we'll take the food with us." And then Sniff says, "Can we eat what we already have in our mouths?" And then Moomin Mama says, "Don't be silly, dear." Like, they've already got the food in their mouths. Like, they can't eat that. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't sound as funny reading it out loud. But I was honestly chuckling away. It was so nice and so lovely. I really do feel like it is so needed to return to childhood sometimes in the books that we read, return to the past, you know, even if it's just for a moment, to just kind of reflect and remember. And sometimes it just makes the present day feel that much more lively in a way. I don't know, I always feel nostalgic. Nostalgia has made me its bitch, and it made me its bitch a long time ago. So yeah, I'm probably gonna give this one a 4.5 stars. I'm not gonna lie, like I actually enjoyed it that much. It made me feel warm inside, and it was just so bloody lovely to read. I probably already said that, but it just was. It just was. Moomins are the best. I would actually read more. This is the only one that my library has. There might be some in other libraries in my library system, but this was the only one in my local library. And if another one comes in, I think I would check it out, you know. I think I would. So that is episode 3 done. Another episode for my 2025 Library Challenge series finished. And we have one more to go. So the next episode will be covering October, November, and December. So do let me know down below who you would like to see give me challenges over the next 3 months. I would love to see if you have any ideas. I already know who I want to ask, and I might have already started asking, but I would love to know if you have any suggestions, because I would also like to do this next year and continue it into 2026, which gives more opportunities for more booktubers to ask. Keep an eye out for the next episode, which should be coming in December. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you read any of the books that I read in this video. Let me know if you had a favorite challenge or any challenges you would have given me during those months. I would love to hear them. And be sure to give all the love to Gabby, Steph, and G. I do have them linked down below, so do check them out. I love them so much. Thank you so much for helping me in this episode. You are all the best, and I wish you the best. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.